What's up, y'all? It's your boy Drew Marcy here with BossLifeBlog.com. I myself am a Mastermind alumni as well as Immersion alumni, and today we're going to be talking and showing a little bit about how to turn your dreams into reality. Now, this is particularly exciting and particularly sort of real life experience because today we're going to be going to a place in Budapest that I had in my vision boards on my wall in my bathroom that I looked at constantly every morning for months. Show you the picture of the place I was visualizing, and then we're going to stand right there and enjoy it. So without further ado, yet again, off, headed to the thermal baths. Super excited, and I'll talk to you soon. Peace. What's up, y'all? Okay, so we're here at the very location of where my vision board told me I'd be, basically. And what's kind of eerie about this is I'm with the very person that I envisioned I'd be next to. So shout out to Alex Waltman, Boss Life Blog. My name's Drew Marcy. I'm a new member of this lovely Boss Life outfit. I guess you could say I'm a new boss in town. Started a company with the intention of making it an online business, being able to travel, and that's my ultimate goal. You know, I'd want to live on the road, mainly in Europe, but pretty much anywhere my heart desires. And my goal ultimately after I graduate is to be making a full-time income. So one of the reasons I'm part of Boss Life is to increase those sales in my business to a point where I can live that life, you know, coming straight out of the gate after college graduation. And I'd love to just go smooth sailing into a nice travel lifestyle and avoid the 9 to 5 in the cubicle and all that bullshit. Excited, very, very into, you know, the entire mission of Boss Life. Just ready to learn, excited, definitely a student, humbled and honored to be working with, you know, Alex. Let's do this. Peace. I'm going to superimpose the picture on this very shot so you can see this is really actually happening. It's a real life experience. You can even see the exact like flowers and stuff and the people sitting down in the same exact picture, same location, almost the same lighting, and yeah, it's pretty mind-blowing. So I'm going to change location right now, get a slightly better lighting. Obviously, anyone who knows anything about camera work and film knows gotta have that good lighting. Shout out to LA and all the filmmakers and stuff. So we'll change location, but we'll talk a little bit more in a second. This is epic. It's beautiful. Talk to you soon. Alright, so here we are on the other side of the beautiful Suzanne baths, and let's talk a little bit about how, first of all, I was inspired to kind of take this journey to this very location by one of Alex's great videos about his vision board, and he visited Cinque Terre, Italy, right?
Cinque Terre.
Why don't you talk a little bit about how you first came to get interested in visualization, vision boards, and why you picked there and all that?
Yeah, cool. Basically, what happened was one of my mentors early on when I was starting a business, shout out to the big homie, he told me to create a vision board because he's like, the whole thing was like, well, you're going to go through this big sort of developmental process where you change yourself into like this hustling business person, right? And I was like a little kid. So the idea was to come up with this really motivating, exciting vision about a future that you could have and hopefully align your life in such a way that you get there faster. So I had all these photos of like just different places around the world, and like plane and like sushi. And that was kind of my vision board.
Yeah, we ate sushi yesterday, brother.
We did eat sushi yesterday.
All you can eat.
That was delicious. Still have food coming from now. But mostly it was like photos of spots around the world I wanted to visit.
Right.
And the first one, like, yeah, I'd been to maybe one or two of the places on my board before I made that video. But the thing that was special about that video was I actually didn't know where it was in Italy. I just found it, and it was one of my favorite photos from the whole board. And just when we were there, we found out that it was like close enough that we could go see it. And I literally stood in the exact spot that photo was taken. And I, like you said with yours today, I mean, I looked at that photo in my shower, dude, every day for like, I don't know, 2 years, 2.5, 3 years before I actually got there. And I never thought I would actually be in the spot. I just wanted to go to Italy, but I actually was in the exact spot. It was like incredibly special moment. And now you're having the same here.
Yeah, it's an eerie feeling in a beautiful kind of a way, you know what I mean? And you think, what I think at least, I don't know how you felt at that moment where I was like, what else is possible? What else can I do?
Totally, yeah.
You know?
That's exactly how I felt afterwards.
To be here, it feels like I just want to set more and more goals now, because I just know that if I set a goal and I'm clear about it, that it is eventually going to happen as long as I focus and work towards it.
I remember, and if you watch that video at the end, I remember saying like, now I felt like so Tony Robbins, bro. I was like, just like, oh my God.
Set your goal, go for it, live it, dream it, do it.
Your dreams are, you can live your dreams. You're like, anything is possible. But I felt literally like
Kind of surreal.
it was surreal because you were like have it in your brain and you see a photo of it, and then you're like, I want to get there. But then when you're there, you're like, I like envisioned this happening.
Yeah.
I predicted this and made it happen. Like, it's just goes to show, like, you know, even though now that you've done it, it's like, well, it wasn't that hard. It took me 8 months of really working on building on your business to be able to come out here and live here and do it. And for me, it took me a couple years of building my business to be able to do it. So it's like, yeah, now we look back like it's not that hard. But I think anything that that people want to do, it always looks so much more difficult before you get there.
Yeah.
And then once people have it, it's easy to look back and be like, yeah, well, it was easy. Or it's easy to look at someone else who has it and say, yeah, it must have been easy for you. But I think it's like that for everything. So
Yeah, no, I agree. I mean, I think I totally know what you mean, where now that it's happened, you're kind of like, oh, all I had to do is this, this, and this.
Yeah.
And if you're watching this and you have a similar feeling or desire to change something about your life, whether it's travel, whether it's getting a better body, whether it's dating the person you want to date, whatever it is, in the moment and right now, before you have it, you're going to think, oh my God, this is this huge fucking mountain.
yeah, how am I ever
Yeah, how am I
going
going to physically get from California to Italy or California to Budapest? And you're probably wondering, you know, but the fact of the matter is, we are living proof. Like, once you get there, you're like, oh, I can do it. And we're not that special. I mean, I like to say we're fucking awesome, which we are, but, you know, we're not that particularly different than anyone else, you know, and there's resources out there, no matter where you're starting from, in order to do it, you know, and hopefully we can be that for you in some ways. But there's also other resources. He's had mentors. I've had mentors. We've mentored each other in different things that we are good at. And so, you know, it's totally accomplishable. And once you get there, like you said, like I said, we're living proof that you're in the moment. You're like, oh, I can do that now. You know, it's like adding something to your toolbox.
Like, you like, if you know that if you just put it in your mind, like, I know what I want. I'm going to focus on it every day.
Yep.
I'm going to make sure my actions are in alignment to take me towards that place. Mm-hmm. You get there if you don't die.
Yeah.
Earlier than that.
Which that's part of
that's the eternal human struggle.
It's always like in Vegas, always the house will win eventually. You know, it's just part of playing. It's just part of life.
But how many things can you accomplish before life takes you out? That's the question. It was funny. I just remembered Jesse. He had a moment. Shout out to home to Jesse. He's in America right now for the first time in 3 years, living on the road. He's the ultimate example of like just quit your life and travel the world.
All kinds.
He's gonna love that. But anyway, so Jesse had this moment he told me about where there's this website called futureme.com or .org or something. Future Me. You write a letter to yourself and then you send it, but it doesn't email it to you until a year later.
Wow.
So, and you're supposed to write about what you want to do and where you want to be at, and you kind of write a letter to your future self, whatever.
Okay.
Jesse did this,
Mm-hmm.
and then he wrote in it like, oh, in a year, I want to be like traveling, I want to be like visiting, I want to go to like live in Poland, I want to be like making money online, I want to have awesome friends. Like he had this awesome letter he wrote, and a year when he got it, he was sitting at a Polish cafe.
Oh.
He was eating lunch with his homies, and he literally made a sale like for some amount of hundreds or like $1,000+ while he was eating lunch. So he literally got like a sale email, and then like was at lunch, living in Poland, and then got an email for himself a year ago. Literally, he was doing everything he had asked or like, you know, envisioned a year before. Literally, like he told me like all the details. It was crazy. So, but none of us are special anyway.
None of us. None of us are any different than anybody watching this. I guarantee. As long as you do some of the stuff we're talking about, which is know what you want, you know, sit down, grind out. You know what I mean? Like there's no substitute for hard work. There's no substitute for like really caring. You know, you really have to like, this is what I want, and cut out anything that's not getting you there.
Yeah.
You know, because I think both of us,
Including people, which can be hard sometimes.
yeah, that can be extremely difficult. You know?
know.
Yeah, it's like we all have moments of weakness when it comes to who we choose to chill with, but at the same time, you can do that. You can make the change. And guess what? The fact of the matter is, whether it's people, locations, behavior patterns, like at a certain point, you start forgetting that you even, I don't know how many people in the last 8 months who I had to cut off or like just not be as cool with.
Yeah.
They're not here now.
No.
I'm standing in the vision board place and they're doing what they're doing. No hating, but so number one, if there's one thing you can get from this, is that this is accomplishable. You have 2 living examples, and you just heard a 3rd example, somebody we know, of knowing what you want. And we're in the exact locations of where we visualized. And also, of course, remember, we're no different. You can do this too. Don't care who you are. Just focus, decide, make a decision, work hard. And anything else you want to send off to the big homies out there in YouTube/social media land, looking to change their lives a little bit.
BossLifeBlog.com.
Yeah, that's it.
That's it. Boss up.
Perfect.
Cool, man.
Oh shit, I wasn't recording. So I just got you.